Hello everybody, we are coming to you from AMC Disney Springs, where we are not going to see Elio, but we're actually here for another D23 event. This time we're going to go take a look at a presentation about the 55 years of the Walt Disney Archives. As always, I'm not sure what we can film inside, but we'll do a recap afterwards no matter what, so let's go inside. Okay, we got our little postcard here with Walt Disney. On the backside here, we got a regular fountain drink and popcorn. Ooh. Let's go to our theater first, though. Alright, we just got to the theater, opened up our postcards. We got Walt and Mickey, glass slippers, Pooh, BB-8, Hitchhiking Ghost, and then Walt with the book. And we are back. Okay, so overall, that D23 Spotlight Series of the 55 years of the Walt Disney Archives was really well done. Like, I've now gone to, this is my second Spotlight Series. They are starting to do them over in Disneyland and Disney World and kind of switching back and forth throughout the year. The last one I did was, I took out the postcard for it, the Space Mountain one, which I think was in March. We went over to that one, which that one was really good. This one was really good too. We had those postcards. So there we got Walt Disney with one of the Mickey Mouse stuffed animals. This one right here is going to be Cinderella's glass slippers from the 2015 live action film Cinderella. We got Winnie the Pooh here from the Christopher Robin film, the live action film that came out a few years ago. BB-8 from Star Wars. We also have the Hitchhiking Ghost. They actually went through and showed us like some of the videos of them like doing the pictures. And then here we also have the Walt book, or the Mickey Mouse book here. So overall, what they did was, it was about an hour and a half long. They went through and had a lot of different people who worked at the archives there. They also had Imagineers there. They had people who worked in Disney Live Entertainment there, and a few other things. And they kind of all came out and did different stories. They shared some behind-the-scenes stories of how they found different things. My personal favorite story was they were doing a Disney Vacation Club cruise, but it was sailing out of Canada. And so they brought some of the archive stuff, you know, with them. And one of the things that they brought was the guitar that Big Al played in the Disneyland version of the Country Bear Jamboree. And apparently, in Canada, you need to have it so you have to go through all this different stuff for bringing instruments across the border. And so they were there and they were like explaining to the, you know, Canadian security saying, you know, this is the guitar that Big Al played, and they're like, okay, it doesn't mean anything to us. And they're like, yeah, you realize that, you know, we're in a Disney bubble where everyone just loves Disney, and then you go to, you know, Canada and their, you know, security is like, well, we don't know who this is. And but it was a pretty good story, as they were going through like play by play about how they got pulled aside, and, you know, were pretty much confiscated by the, you know, Mounties. In addition to all of that, and a lot of really cool stories, in a video which they're actually be releasing today, the day that I release this video, they're going to be releasing it today. So today is June 22nd. This is actually the actual 55th anniversary of the Walt Disney Archives. It was founded on June 22nd of 1970, and now this is June 22nd of 2025 when we had this whole presentation. But they're having a special video, and we got to be the first people to see it. It's gonna be released tomorrow on YouTube, so we weren't allowed to take any pictures or any videos or anything of it, but they're like, let your friends know, so I'm letting you know right now. It will be available today on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's already out or if it's gonna be coming out after this video comes out, but make sure to go check that out too. It's a really cool little video about Pinocchio, like a little statue of Pinocchio and how it goes through. So in addition to all that stuff, the coolest part about it all was they actually brought out a few different items from the archives. More of like Disney World stuff, since this was, you know, at Disney World. One of them was some of the fountain sprayers from the Fountain of Nations that used to be found over at Epcot. In addition to that, they actually had the water from the Fountain of Nations there. So if you didn't know, this is one of those things that I think is really cool. It started off at Small World back in when they opened up Small World in Disneyland after they brought it from the World's Fair. They had different children from all around the world bring water from their countries and pour it in. They did the same thing at Fountain of Nations. They had it so there's representatives from all the different countries. They poured water into the Fountain of Nations, and they're like, we can't let this water go away once the fountain goes away. So they took some water and they had the bottle there. There's a picture someplace, whether I'm talking over it or not. of the actual water bottle. In addition to that, they had like a little film canister, and it's actually one of those things I was talking to someone about not that long ago, about when you used to go through the Roman scene of Spaceship Earth. You used to see little chariots go through, and they looked like ghosts. This was the actual film projector for that, and then they showed us the actual film up on the screen. But it was really cool to actually be able to see that again, because I was literally just talking about how that was one of my favorite things in Spaceship Earth, and they got rid of it, and I've been bummed ever since. In addition to that, we also had Robin, aka Kermit the Frog's nephew, a little puppet of him, which was really cute. They also had a little outfit of Mickey Mouse, but it was the outfit that Rizzo the Rat wore in the one and only Muppet Vision 3D pre-show. So that, for me, was the coolest thing. I actually really like that. And then the final one that they had was Figment, and a lot of people were like, whoa! And then we found out it was from the merchandise store, and people weren't as excited. I think it was still exciting to see Figment. I love Figment, especially if you grew up with the original Figment like I did, then you know why Figment's just the coolest. I love Figment, but actually being able to see another Figment from like the 1980s again was a really cool thing too. So I've got all those pictures kind of going up on the screen as well while we've been talking about it. But overall, a great event. I have been so happy with D23, especially over the last year, because they've been bringing more and more events to Florida. Even these talks like this, I just absolutely love. I could go to them every single week and not get bored. It's one of my favorite things to do. But that's going to conclude today's video. As always, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We will see you once again tomorrow for more Disney fun. Until then, oh yeah.